Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to basically sit down and talk with you guys. I don't usually talk about my feelings very much publicly or personal stuff, but I feel like I should discuss this because it's such a huge part of my life, and um, this channel is about my life, half of it at least. So I think it sort of deserves a video. Um, I just want to talk about, my life as an expat and how I deal with it, I guess, on a day-to-day basis. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Lebanon, Middle East. Born and raised in Miami, Florida, but now living in Lebanon. My dad's Lebanese, so that's the connection. Um, Basically, long story short, I came to visit my dad for 3 weeks in the summer of 2011, and I loved it so much, and I canceled my return flight, and I stayed. Um, and it's almost been 6 years. It's crazy that it's been that long, but yeah, it has actually 6 years almost. If you want to go check out that video where I explain all about how I got here, the link is down below, so definitely go check that out if you're interested. And yeah, so being an expat means leaving your home country and living in another country. When I moved here, I was sort of in a point in my life where I had just finished my master's. I had gone through so much schooling, I just wanted to have some fun, some adventure, do something different, be somewhere different. I was so, just so over the monotony of day-to-day life. I just wanted adventure. Be careful what you wish for. I got a lot of adventure. I canceled my return flight after 3 weeks. And I stayed in a foreign country where I had no idea what I was doing. I did find a job really fast, which was great. And that was like sort of the deal I made with myself. I was like, okay, if you don't find a job within like a month, go back home. But I found a job within like 2, 3 weeks. But I do still struggle on a daily basis with half of myself. It's kind of like I'm cut in half, if that makes any sense. Like, half of me is back in the US with my mom and my friends and my family over there, and the other half is here with my family here and my friends here and my husband and my dog, and it's just weird having to live with half of yourself, if that makes any sense at all. Like when I'm here, I'm constantly thinking about my mom and my friends in the US and life in the US. And then when I go there to visit, it's like everything is so familiar and everything is so nice to come back to, my house, my bed, and, my mom, and familiar surroundings and a familiar language where everyone understands what I'm saying and they get, the customs. But at the same time, I don't feel 100% at home because half of my heart is here in Lebanon. And then I come back here and I sort of feel like an outsider again. I don't feel 100% at home. Really a struggle. And I don't feel like I fit in either place. I don't feel 100% myself in either place. And that's really, really difficult to deal with. Would I recommend the expat life to others? Yes, because A, you get a ton of adventure, which if you love adventure, that's awesome. You get to learn about a different culture, you get to immerse yourself in that culture and, have experiences that you wouldn't have had otherwise had you stayed in your hometown. Um, and I mean, it's an amazing experience either way, the good and the bad. But it's just tough sometimes, and sometimes I have weak moments, and I get homesick and I wish I were back in the US. And then other times I'm like, no way, I want to stay here. I love it here. And, I'm all about Lebanon and lifestyle here. But sometimes you just want to be back home. So, at the beginning, when I first arrived, it was sort of like the honeymoon phase where I was so excited to be here and I'm like, oh my God, everything's amazing. And, just ranting and raving about how amazing Lebanon is. And about the third year mark, I started seeing the flaws. When you move to a new place, especially with a different culture, you're sort of expected, not the beginning, but the more you stay there, like years down the road, you're sort of expected to conform to their culture, their customs, and you're supposed to sort of follow what they do what they do, act how they do, talk how they do, dress how they do. And I'm just not like that. I'm an individual and I want to stay that way. At the beginning, people were like, oh, you're American, you're just visiting, and oh, you're just new. And then later they're like, oh, why don't you speak Arabic? Why don't you take classes? Why don't you, act this way or that way? Or why don't you dress this way or that way? Like sort of expecting me to conform, and I just don't want to do that. I've never been like that, and I don't want to start now. It's sort of been a struggle to retain my individuality while living in another culture. That is a difficult part of being an expat. Keeping who you are, staying true to who you are, regardless of what country you're living in. Anyways, so now for the plus side. The plus side of being an expat is I've had so many amazing experiences and I wouldn't take them back for anything. And I'm so grateful that I made this decision. It was my first crazy decision that I made, it changed my life completely. Do I regret my decision? No, not 1 second. Because so many things have happened here. I've had so many amazing experiences, and I met my husband here and we fell in love here, and just so many amazing things in my life that I have right now have happened here. So I would never, ever, ever take that back. That's basically all I wanted to say. I thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't, go hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss another video of mine. If any of you guys out there are thinking of becoming an expat, or if you already are and would like to talk about your experience, please do so in the comments down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me anything. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And that's it, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye!